Is this pile of shit doing something that faintly resembles functioning? I think I might have gotten my connection back. But if it happens within like a 20-minute window again, I'm not gonna try it over. I'm not gonna retry anymore. Because this is some stupid bullshit. Internet service providers can sell you fucking fecal matter and call it gold, and it's not referred to as a scam worldwide. .300 gigabytes per or megabytes per second, by the way. Suck a dick. Suck a dick and fucking choke. I was building the house and I would like to get some shit done. Like I said, I might increase that window to, let's say, half an hour. I'm down to have a half an hour VOD on my channel, but if it's like a 5-minute snippets, I just have my channel filled to the brim with a bunch of 5-minute little micro streams. I'm not dealing with that bullshit. Like at that point, I'm just gonna give up on the endeavor. Like it's very clear that circumstances do not consent to me streaming. The myth of consensual streams. And then the one that says I don't consent is the internet service provider. I mean, ranting about it isn't gonna magically fix anything, but I am still pissed. So I cut down a bunch of trees. I don't know how much of it cut off and got deleted. I'll link this stream. Just have to name them 1 out of 2 and 2 out of 2, and I mean, why the fuck should I have any control over what goes on my channel? I am genuinely pissed off. I just find it so annoying. That you can pay monthly for something that's promised to be fast. And then it turns out to be anything but. Okay, like I get the fact that, yeah, of course, if you're in a busy city, it's not gonna be the fastest internet ever, but why are they then allowed to say that? Yeah, it's 300 megabytes when it doesn't even give you 5. Like, that's quite the discrepancy. 305. What if the truth is somewhere between the two, maybe? Well, it's not, because you're getting 5. Fuck you, and fuck your money. See, the trick is to move into some mid-sized city. One that's not quite by the countryside, but one that's not quite a capital city. That way you get some extremely fast internet speeds. And you get even up to 30% of what you were promised. I think I'll start out by just making some frames out of these. Make sure there is an odd number of blocks between. 9 is a good amount. Do I got a terraform? I'll take those away and start over on that side. Croak, me, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so half an hour is my failsafe window. Any earlier than that and it cuts off, I'm not coming back, and I'm deleting the VOD. I don't care if I see Herobrine in this VOD, which I don't have the mod for, but still. I don't care if I see Loch Ness Monster, Sasquatch and Herobrine together in this VOD. I will not keep it on my channel if it's less than 30 minutes in length. I'll make it just barely longer. Not quite a square, but I'm gonna thin it out just for the sake of aesthetics. So I can have 3 blocks between. Three, and this should be a corner. Four times 10. I have enough. I don't have my water bucket on me though. I gotta have to go get it, you know what I'm saying? I think my commentary is the most dullest when I do my Minecraft streams because I'm so absolutely locked in on doing the shit. Kusawi, you know it, buddy. I'm glad you found my replacement stream because my internet service providers didn't consent to the first one. I made this joke when you were gone, but it's the myth of consensual streams. You may consent to it. Your computer may consent to it. But isn't there somebody you forgot to ask? The internet service provider doesn't consent. I think the door needs to be in the middle piece. Why am I stripping this? I'm so eager to strip. That was a little loud on the music's part. Isn't this engaging gameplay? Dumbass places blocks and jumps down to a water cube. Just have to make sure I place the correct amount. I'm gonna start off this middle one as the same height and slowly build up from there. Depending on, okay. So it did fall down with considerable delay. You're gonna make me run around. I respect the hustle. Getting in line about that. Okay, which side is the better choice for the entrance? I feel like this one. You know, it's turning out real swell looking. Can't even lie about that. I literally cannot. It's literally impossible for me to even try to lie about that. I'm feeling a little quirky right now. Little quirky right now. Gonna make a corner window. Hopefully it doesn't look like ass on a stick. Well, that is quite the opposite of what I wanted to make. This is all my stone bricks, but I still have stone, period. I'm thinking something kind of quirky like this. A little bit of a gradient here. Stop trying to be good at building. I'm gonna get jealous. And that's bad. I don't know if that even makes sense. I think that works. But I think it should stick out of the wall just a little bit. So I'm gonna tear the shit down now. It's honestly more fun to build a small starter house than a big one right off the bat. I like big buildings, don't get me wrong, but I don't wanna feel like I'm obligated to go through with that sheesh right off the gate. Yeah, I think that works as a good alternative to that thing I did first. Nope. This way. And that can work as some storage shelves. Still has a nice little gradient to it. It almost implies that the ceiling's gonna, or roof rather, is gonna have to stick out. I think the bottom layer needs to be stairs. I already knew that I was gonna add stairs to it somehow to ease it into it, but I think bottom layer is the meta here. I could make myself a stone cutter. Okay, so I'm making myself some corners. That's my rule of thumb here, how I'll remember what to do where, what to do and where. So 2 cobble, 1 regular, and 3 cobble. 2 cobble, so 4 cobble, 2 regulars. So 7 cobble and 2 regulars per long side. And 4 cobble, and I don't know why I call it regular. 8 4 plus 14 8. It's easier when I see the numbers. 22 and 12. So was it regular stone? It was. What just happened? Oh, I typed the plus sign and it changed my template. Lucky I caught that in time before I spent like 10 hours looking like being a massive moron. Hold on, how much of my room do you see? I don't really mind. It's not the end of the world if some weirdo analyzes my room. Yeah, you see my top 2 shelves, my horse mask, and the pieces of paper on my arbitrary door window. Now that's embarrassing. I'm gonna have to kill everybody on the internet to make sure nobody sees that. So 14, and I'm not gonna press the plus button now. Oh, I can press this plus button though. 18 plus 8, 22, and I think it was 12. 22, 12, 22, 12. So 22 regular cobblestone. And 12 bricks. I had to find some demons, but I eventually got there. No. Okay, I seemingly overshot with the bricks, but other than that, it was spot on. I don't know how I'm gonna fix the interior to not look so ass on a stick. But I'll think of something later. I think I'll just make the roof on top. I'm thinking, should it stick in or stick out? The light seems to be getting brighter again. Does that fix the problem? I'd say so. Now I look beautiful. Every day is so wonderful. I think I'm gonna extend this one up by one. I think the trend is that this expands. I'll make a plus sign. Then I'll use cobble to continue. That works, I say. I tell you what. So now to figure out the problem of should this stick out or stick in or just stay put. I'd say stick out but bend back toward the top. So these will have to be replaced by stairs. And I think I'll use planks for the spruce part. This is pretty much the same tone. I'm kind of winging it. That's kind of the beauty of making small builds. It's honestly easier to focus on the little details. Whereas with big builds, it can be kind of overwhelming from time to time. I think I'll just turn this into half plus signs. Then I'll go up by 2. Put this there as a support block. And then up by 3, I say. Good thing I had a replacement axe. Take away the support. I didn't need to strip this because this will be a plank. Okay, I've already established that these are the stairs and they're all the same block, so it's not gonna be that hard to remember. Even if you use a Damas. I don't know why I pronounced it so Wisconsin. I'm gonna need 12 minimum. And let's just make a bunch of these already. I can use them as fuel if I need. Didn't take into account the fact that I had a bunch of stairs in reserve. Now I need to think a little bit how I'm gonna actually do the bend back. So I totally forgot that I wanted to do the bend. I think this is the spot where the cutoff should be. And a third one on top. These are gonna be regular cobbles. These I'm getting rid of. This should be a stair. But it is visible on the outside though. I don't care, it's the same color. So 4 cobblestone stairs. This might be my most experimental build to date. Gonna make this stick out too. Actually, that was correct. Actually, this doesn't continue up. What am I, stupid? No. Winging it isn't that bad a thing. What the problem is gonna be is the fact that I'm gonna need to repeat this. So I'll place support blocks. Can I just see from here to there? I can. I'll destroy these now, so I'll remember to destroy the rest of them. I don't know how many I'll even need. I'll just make like 6 and see what comes of it. Can I get the frame 1? Can I get the frame 1? Come on, frame 1, frame 1, frame 1. Oh, my inventory is full. Out of liquid. That's my cobble stairs gone. I'll need 2. Okay, I'll need 6 in total. Let's pocket the flowers. Actually, let's place them. Keep getting distracted. Now. Is that a stair? It is a stair. And down I go. Stair. Stair. Two for one whammo. Oh, I can just do this because it's not a full block. I was just thinking that which side I wanted to repeat on which. But I guess this way is... I keep doing it. No, they should be the exact same. So, what block do I want to use for the outer layer of the roof? I think once you have the roof, it's hopefully gonna come together. And I think I'm gonna use whole blocks for the roof again. I'm thinking birch might work. Those are acacia trees. There's some birch. Gonna be a little non-conventional and use some birch planks to make my roof. And it's getting to be night time. I'm not gassy, I'm just crying. Okay, we're officially past the half an hour mark. Meaning that if the stream crashes now, I'll let the VOD stay. But I still don't think I'm gonna go for another run. How long was the first one? I'll get it to go check. Just so I know how long I've been live in total. One hour and 55 minutes. So if I'm live for 1 hour and 5 minutes, I'll have been live for 3 hours, which is a decent stopping point. I'm going east, not west. I have no idea if 26 is gonna be even remotely enough. I have a hunch that it's not. But I'll plant the saplings near my sawi. Honestly, if I had some pale oak, that might honestly go hard. It was to the west. Can I see my house on the map? I can. It was to the north. And I can actually see it. This is what I get for relying on the map rather than my eyes. Honestly, that interesting shape does make it look pretty decent from afar. At least in terms of when I imagine it as finished. So this is gonna Reserve 2 slots. So there's a block under that. Then it goes forward. To the left, does it curve downward? Yes, and then back again. Or should I say forth? Okay, I'll extend it to this side, but I'll just see first. Yeah, if I extend everything by minimum 1 block to this direction and then ease the transition with stairs, it might look really neat. Okay, well, my tootsies are now broken. Really? Sir, no soliciting on the premises, please. Luckily this is one of the versions where it drops the bottle rather than gives me the effect. So I don't need to drink milk. A 4. That's a pretty good one. I'd say curve the tip a little bit on the inside. Don't do that in real life. But the very tippy top, if I just do this. And maybe back outside with the final block. This should be a stair in the final version. I think just crafting 12 blocks into 8 stairs should be all the ones I need. Although that more or less confirms that I did not have enough birch. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a pain to build. I don't mind losing 1 cobble to this. I'm hella out of frame. My OBS isn't entirely centered, so that's why it's hard for me to determine if I am properly centered or not. I think it's the same. Other than the top. Well, now let's make this a support structure first. And then do that one. So one on this side apparently. Really fumbling around like a moron. There we go. I don't even know why I would leave that broken, since it's gonna be connected eventually anyway. No, that wouldn't go there. Not rather symmetrical, if you ask me. Now where did I plant my bird saplings? Over here. Wow, one tree! I'll be eating for days! And I got one sapling in exchange. Do birches have low sapling drop rates or something? I almost feel like I should tear it down a layer. The final little bend. I feel like it should be the 3 blocks that are curving and not just the one. Falling lower and lower, looking like a moron in the process. Okay, I'm on the side again. Can I reach? Indeed I can. This should go over by later. Got to stream World War finally, but stopping in to say hi. Always down for a man. Hit me up if you wanna play today. I might be able to. Let's see what the evening's gonna end up looking like. Brrr. Keep placing that like a dumbass. Wind Waker. No, you're not gonna go and start another conflict. See, I told you this guy wasn't cool. The lower might require a stair for the easing. God, no. You just have to have an open mind. Yeah, I feel like the shape is coming together just nicely. That's all my liquid. I guess I'll go and repeat the pattern on this side, and then I'll just have to wait for more birch before I can finish the actual roof. Oh, I've done this layer already. I haven't even extended this outward yet. Yeah, this one goes 2 blocks over the log, and this one goes only 1. So is this there then misplaced? Very much so appears so. Is that where it goes? Yeah, okay, 1 more block before the huge steep pillar. So this is where it goes. Upside down and a regular. Tear down this. Or maybe I don't need to. I've been winging it for so long that soon I can no longer fly. Guess now I'll have to fix the symmetry again. Buddy, you do not have to take damage from everything that moves. I'll need a refresher. What am I even doing? I need to tear down the entire thing just to make any sense of this at this point. So this one needs to look like this. And then this one needs to stick out by at least 1. That's been established. Since this is where it curves, I need to put down 3 stairs here, which then requires me to tear this down. Okay, it's starting to make sense little by little. Put the 3 stairs down here. I don't notice any glaring differences anymore. But in terms of design consistency, I think these stairs need to be blocks after all. Yeah, it makes more sense that way. There's bound to be some roughness to it without something like chisels and bits, which I'm not gonna use on survival. It's a cool mod to make maps with, but on survival it's just a whole different beast. But it's already taken on quite the interesting shape. And that was my goal with this. An interesting shape. There we go. That's the first instance of the tree dropping more than one sapling. So those were just anomalous, those multiple trees that I got in a row, not dropping more than one. Let's put this here. Yeah. Hey man, don't mind me. Pretend like I'm not here. I feel like the very top block needs to be a stair. That's the plight of putting a lot of detail into your build. You're gonna be a very big perfectionist about it. How tall is that again? 3 blocks. I haven't even been alive that long. I still feel like 2 should be enough. Then stick everything out by just 1 block. I would like to have it as an upside down stair. Please don't have me drown here, not like this. I actually assumed I wouldn't make it. That's why I kinda... my brain broke. So I'll need 2 stairs, 4 being the minimum I can make. Message. Nothing important. Your grandma's dying. Okay. And? Maybe to really break the mold, make this out of oak. Some of these might need to be blocks. These are misplaced. God damn it. There. Then put these down as stairs. Put these down as blocks. This also, if I want to go for the trapdoor easing design. I don't care that it's a reverse on this side. It honestly kind of works for the gimmickiness of this house. Am I all out of food? Getting very low on my camera. Straighten my back. An amazing posture check. turning out very interesting looking. There'll be so many little tweaks I still gotta do to it to fix the shape entirely. Once again, I memed my pickaxe. So this is the one instance that actually requires these. Just to add a little bit of circle-like features to this. God damn it. My legs are no more. Okay, well, screw you too, I guess. Let's just connect all of this side first, so it'll be easier to then adjust the other one. I'll go get this one and break my legs in the process. I need a bunch more birch anyway before I can properly continue it, so. I have a full-blown birch forest here by the time I'm done. What's with that little growth? Let's just get rid of these. replace this layer with stairs. This one's easier to wing because I don't have to make it symmetrical with anything else. It's not gonna be enough, by the way, so I really don't understand why I even am here. Let's go put some temporary torches all over the floor. Chances are I'm gonna destroy them with my water, but little by little. I just got a DM from Dr. Gayporn, Esquire. He's an attorney and a medical licensed physician. I don't know, it still looks strange. I think the very tippy top needs to be curved a little more inward. Just when I get hit with the vision, I run out of blocks to accomplish it. That's my one gripe about building on survival. Is it so hard to estimate the materials you'll need? That's also why a lot of people just test builds on creative before they get on to executing it in their survival worlds. I'll see what I'll do with that when it's finally finished, or the rest of the roof is finished. Then I'll make more adjustments with the stairs and whatnot, but until then I'm just gonna keep building this. Is the internet throwing another tantrum? It's saying excellent again. I just don't want it to cut off against my consent. Wanna finish the sawi before I get onto that sheesh. I just need to connect those and that's it. I'll be needing more birch. I just saw some movement. What did I even come here for? I don't know what I did come there for, but I do need another axe. it's a little strange now that I see it almost finished. Torches. Now I remembered what I came there for. Honestly, this doesn't even look that bad. People usually hate torches, but I think that works. Now if I get lucky, this will be enough birch. Yeah, that's it. Okay, they match. Yeah, let's just do this. Now I guess the finishing touches of changing whatever blocks to slabs and whatnot, or stairs rather. I do want some slabs on the roof, or the very top of the roof. Gonna replace that little stair on the very top strip. Some kind of a slab design. Something like this. Yeah, my footsies. I guess the only little thing I really want to do is just to extend these corners a little bit further out. Like so. a little strange. Would maybe work better if I made the roof itself more round. But I'm kinda tired of working on this too much. Just gonna leave it be for now. If I get hit with a flash of inspiration, I'll come back to it. In the meantime, I'll make myself one of the nature compasses. So does pale oak even exist in this version? Honestly, probably not. So let's just make birch trapdoors. It's roughly fitting the tone. It does stand out a little bit, but blank don't care. Exactly, cow. Two more trapdoors. No, I actually only need these. I guess I missed this. So yeah, this is the side I need the two trapdoors on. Yeah, I guess this is the blight of trying to reinvent the wheel. But then again, I'm never gonna get good at this kind of style if I'm not willing to mess it up a couple times on the way. So I'm just gonna live with that for now. Slowly start building more and more stuff here. Sort of see what it turns into. So half a stack of glass panes should be more than enough. Let's go all the way up to 48. It looks good on the map, but not necessarily that good in person. I think these corners would also need to stand out a little bit more, just to give it any chance of looking good. tootsies are broken again. Now I get to see if the corner windows look any good. Game is dropping 10 billion frames. Not any worse than the roof, I would say. This is kind of a clusterfuck. But I'm willing to live with it for now, as I've reiterated on numerous occasions. Let's make a floor. Yeah, that looks a little strange on this side. That actually fixes it. That should be enough to prevent spawns for now. I don't have my bed in here. Well, the exterior of my starter house is at least finished now. It is extremely strange. Monsters nearby, monsters nearby. The asshole is nearby. I tell you, fuck off. And now I can sleep. So that should do it for this sitting of Minecraft. I have no idea if I have aspirations to follow or continue this world, at least within the next few days. But I think this can be a decent filler stream I can do. If I don't have any other game I'm willing to play at that time. Yeah. I'm still gonna need to finish the interior of this house too. But until then, gonna leave you fuckers be now. I bid you farewell.